Wait a damn minute. Are you telling me Meghan Markle allegedly made Harry sign an NDA? A whole non-disclosure agreement? Girl, what are you hiding?
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today, we're diving deep, really deep, into something that has been quietly brewing under the radar for years. You've heard the rumors, you've seen the silence, but have you ever wondered why not a single one of Meghan Markle's ex-boyfriends has ever spoken publicly about her? Yeah, not one word, not a peep. And you know why? Because it's not just coincidence, it's control. Meghan Markle allegedly had all her past lovers, even some flings, sign non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, before she even fully started dating them. Now just stop and let that sink in. Let's be real, NDAs in Hollywood? Sure, they're not rare, but NDAs before dating? That's a whole different beast. That's not just being careful, that's being calculated. And I know what you're thinking, maybe she just values her privacy. But come on. This is Meghan Markle we're talking about, the woman who left the royal family for privacy, then signed with Netflix, Spotify, WME, and launched a podcast to talk about herself every chance she got. This isn't about privacy. This is about control. Control over the narrative, control over her image, and most importantly, control over the men who could expose the real her. Every single relationship Meghan's been in tells a story. And guess what? That story always ends the same way. Her leaving them staying silent, and her moving on to someone with more status or money. It's the same movie, just different actors. Let's rewind. Meghan's first husband. He was the first big stepping stone, a man with deep connections in the entertainment industry. He got her in the room, helped her land auditions, stood by her while she was a struggling actress. They dated for 6 years, married in 2011. But as soon as Meghan booked her role on Suits and moved to Toronto, boom, the marriage falls apart. Not because of cheating, not because of scandal, but because, allegedly, Trevor just wasn't useful anymore. And how did she break up with him? By mailing back her wedding ring. Cold, unapologetic, calculated. And to this day, Trevor has never spoken publicly about her. Not once. He's literally one of the only Hollywood producers to not cash in on one of the biggest royal scandals of the decade. Why? Because Meghan allegedly made him sign an NDA. Locked lips, gag order, done. After that, Meghan's next serious relationship was with Corey Vitiello, a well-known Canadian chef. Rich, respected, and stylish. They dated while she was on Suits. She even moved in with him. But just like Trevor, as soon as she started climbing higher, she ditched him. And again, Corey has never said a single negative word about her. In fact, he barely mentions her at all. Sound familiar? Another NDA maybe? Another controlled exit? You tell me. Now, this one was quick, but interesting. Rory McIlroy, one of the biggest names in golf, was linked to Meghan around 2014. They did the Ice Bucket Challenge together. People speculated. They were definitely spending time together. And then poof, nothing. But what's interesting is how quickly Meghan moved on. She doesn't stick around unless there's something bigger to gain. And Rory? Never confirmed anything. Never denied it either. Completely neutral. You starting to see the pattern? Here's where things get a little messy. Simon Rex, actor and rapper, claimed he went on a date with Meghan back in the early 2000s. And when the tabloids came calling after she married Harry, they offered Simon thousands to lie to say they hooked up. To paint her in a scandalous light. You know what he did? He refused. He didn't take the money, but he did admit that the offer happened. Which means there was definitely interest in exposing Meghan's past, but people just won't talk. Why? Again, NDAs, that looming legal threat. And fear. Here's the harsh truth that people don't want to admit. Meghan Markle doesn't date down, ever. She only dates men who are wealthy, connected, rising in status, or royal. It's never about love. It's about what they can offer her, what doors they open, what name they give her, what media attention they bring. And when that man reaches his limit when he's no longer a ladder to the next level, she leaves. Cold, precise, silent, and she leaves them silenced too. Let's talk about the present. Prince Harry. Now look, their relationship is public. They've got kids, a mansion, multi-million-dollar deals, but something always feels off. Harry looks tired, beaten down, like a man who doesn't fully know how he got here. And the way he speaks now, always politically correct, never criticizing Meghan, even when she's under fire. That's not natural, that's control. Some insiders believe Meghan may have had him sign a confidentiality clause, maybe not a full NDA, but something airtight enough to keep him from spilling the truth, especially if they divorce. Because let's be honest, if this marriage ends, do you think Harry is really going to tell us what happened behind closed doors? No chance. That divorce will be clean, controlled, and censored. just like all the others. That's the real question, right? What could be so disturbing, so revealing, so dangerous to her public image that every man she's ever been with has to legally agree never to talk? Maybe it's her real personality. Maybe it's how she treats people behind the scenes. Maybe it's how manipulative and calculated she can be when the cameras are off. Or maybe it's all of it. Because you don't ask someone to sign an NDA unless you're planning to do something you don't want them to talk about. Let that sit with you. From Trevor to Corey to Harry, Meghan Markle's love life reads like a PR campaign, not a romantic journey. Every man has a purpose. Every relationship has an expiration date. And every exit is legally sealed shut. This isn't love. This is business. Meghan style. So the next time someone praises her for being a strong woman who fought the system, just remember, real strength doesn't need silence. It doesn't need NDAs, and it sure as hell doesn't need to climb over people and shut them up. Over to you. What do you think? Do you believe Meghan forced all her exes, even Prince Harry, to sign silence agreements? Is this all part of a long-running master plan? Let me know in the comments. And if you know someone who still believes this is all just a love story, send them this video. Because behind the smile, the speeches, and the victim narrative is a woman who never lets anyone speak once they've seen the real her. And that silence, it says more than words ever could.